Either side of these students. 30 seconds to on air, please.
Don't forget, figure it out. 18B, 11 o'clock on Monday.
Same very show on the network. You have your equipment either down that end and yourself.
Who's the producer?
I don't know, but
Take one. Q Grams. And a very big welcome indeed to Friday's edition of Magpie. A very important day. Important for me because it's my first day up here in the control room in this producer's chair. And important for everyone else because today is today when we reveal who is going to take over from me as a presenter with Sue and Doug on that screen. And believe it or not, we've already given you a clue. We gave you the clue on Tuesday's programme. Now, Tuesday's programme, you'll remember, opened with a bit of film from the ploughing match that we went to last Saturday. Take a close look at it again. Here it is, coming up on our monitor screen. This was the piece of film. Sue was in the front, chatting away, telling us about what was going on at the ploughing match. And in the background there were two very beautiful large horses and the very beautiful Douglas Rae, chatting to a fellow smiling away there, very tall chap with a lot of hair, looks a little bit like Mark Bolan. Now, who was he? That man is a very old friend of ours, a great mate of ours on the programme, and he's taking over from me today. In fact, you can see him on that screen over there with Sue and with Doug. His name is Mick Robertson, and I think you're going to like him a lot. And having said that, I think I've talked quite enough, so let's give him some work to do. So stand by 4, stand Mick by, and cue him.
He suits that suit, doesn't he?
I think so, too, yeah.
How do you feel, Mick? This is it?
A bit nervous.
Didn't you say cue him?
Yeah, you have to start soon. Listen, I was in this seat something like a year ago, looking at that camera, and suddenly a little red light came on the top there. You see how it's going off and on just now?
What's that all about?
Well, that means you're on, mate. Good luck.
Oh, thanks very much. The first news desk that I do is going to be all about me. What I want to do is prove to you that I'm not just a figment of Tony's imagination. I really do exist. I am real. I have a past. I was young once, and just to prove that, I've got a couple of photos that I'd like to show you. The first one is of when I was very little with short hair. I'm the one in the middle with some Cocker Spaniel pups. My family's always had dogs, and I'm keeping up the tradition because I now have my own dog. This is him. This is Piper. He's a golden Labrador. He loves carrying things, as you can see from the photos. So when I take him shopping, he generally brings home the shopping with me, which is very useful. The next photo is again one of me. This was the start of my sporting traditions. I love cricket and football, and as you can see from that photo, I used to play cricket right-handed, but I wanted to play left-handed, so my hands are all wrong on the bat. Never mind. Right, well now, since then I went to school and did all the usual things, and then I became a researcher on Magpie. And in fact, in the new Magpie Annual, which is out now, you can see the production team, and I'm one of them on page 46.
So buy it just to see your picture, mate.
That was a few months ago.
I'll have to watch myself. You'll be doing all these action films now. And talking about action, Mick, why did you ask me to wear these incredible-looking shoes today?
Dougie, I'll show you all about those. I've got a pair on as well. They're very nice-looking shoes, but they're not just trendy shoes. In fact, they're football training, coaching shoes. They were designed by a very famous footballer, a full-back. He played for Leeds and he plays for Leeds and England. His name's Terry Cooper. He's in the studio. Terry, come on in. Very nice to see you. Terry, you broke your leg in a game in April. How is it now?
Well, it's coming on fine now, thank you. The specialist's quite pleased, and we're hoping to start playing round March again.
Well, we all look forward to that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
While you were in hospital, you designed this coaching shoe. That's right?
That's right. I got a bit fed up and started sketching, and this is the end product now.
Now, if I can just hold it, it's got various coloured areas marked on the shoe. What are they for?
Well, these are to try and show the kids that how to kick the ball properly, and, you know, to give them some idea of different passes.
Right, so let's go through them. There's a mark on the outside of the boot.
Well, this is if you get in a tight situation and you can pass the ball by what we call a slicing shot. hit it with the outside of the foot, and it sort of bends.
It'll curl away from
curl,
you a bit. Yes, yeah. What about this one on the centre?
Well, this is the instep, the black one, and a lot of people think you kick the ball with the toe cap,
That's
and in
right.
fact you kick it with the instep here.
So if you want to if you're wearing these boots, you'll be able
This
to kick
is
the ball
For
properly
the
if you
instep,
feel it
that's
there.
right, yes.
What about this shape
Well,
here?
this is for an accurate short pass with the side of the foot.
Accuracy.
Accuracy.
And
the
this
big one
one?
is for if a ball's bouncing towards you, to sort of scoop it away, a clearance, you know, to scoop it
So
away.
it's for the awkward bouncing ball.
This is right, yeah.
And the one
Well,
on the
this one
back,
is
I
for
can
the-
guess. That's a back heel.
That's right, yeah.
Right. So
That's
that seems a
jolly
very good idea.
Very good idea for training. Why don't we have a demonstration?
Right, Doug. I've got the boots on. You can't kick, I know.
Right.
Because you're
I
still...
suppose I'm...
In goal, please.
I always get lumbered with this.
Right, I'll try one with the outside first, Terry,
Yeah.
right? That's the outside
Sure.
boot here. And if I just kick it like that...
No. Make sure you feel the ball on the patch if you can.
Right. So try it again. Bit
No,
better?
not- well, just a little bit.
He's a hard taskmaster, this
better
fella,
than
actually. These experts.
Yeah,
How's that?
that's much better, yeah.
Are these available now, Terry? Are they in the shops?
Well, they're in all sports shops.
Good. Right, let's try another shape. The inside one here, this is the accuracy one, right?
Yeah, make sure you get the ball. Make sure you feel the ball on the patch, and you should be, you know, quite accurate.
Right, here you go, Doug.
Yeah, that's not so bad. Just try one of those.
All right. Here you go.
Yeah, that's
He's
not
quite
too
good
bad.
in goal as
Yeah,
well,
he's a
isn't
good
he?
keeper, isn't he?
Let's try a bouncing one. This is the
Yeah.
this is the other instep one, but higher up in
That's
the
right,
boot. Right.
No, lift it a
Not
bit
quite
more.
right.
No.
Oh dear. I think we've lost that ball actually. Can you get it, Doug?
Yeah.
Good. Let's have it back here. Was that right,
I know
Terry?
it's your
Well,
first
not
day,
really.
but
It's
don't
too
get
much
mad.
Now, shall we try that again? Just scoop it up, you know, gently. Yeah, that's
Yes?
a lot better, yeah.
A back heel.
How about
Well,
that?
this is quite easy.
This is easy. Douglas,
Easy,
you're
he said. Try
excelling
another
yourself. How much do these shoes cost, Terry?
Probably about £3 a pair for boys. Yeah.
Let's try another one.
You're getting
They're
very good.
very, very useful actually. All right.
Okay, is there any bit on the boot that you can actually shoot with, Mick?
Is
Have
it
a go,
This
have a go
black
shoot
patch, yeah, this black patch is for
Try a
real,
shot.
for real
Right, here we
shooting,
go
yeah.
then.
No, that was terrible.
Oh, let's
Wasn't very
go back in
technical.
here with Sue. You two.
I think that's everything. Muff, hat, yes. My name is Anne, and I'm the daughter of a royalist family living in London at the time of the Great Civil War. The war has been going for 4 years, and it's all about whether Charles I or Parliament will run the country best. I don't know. Kings and parliaments always seem to be warring, don't they? Anyway, it looks as if Charles is going to lose the battle because Parliament seems to be winning. And it'll be very bad for our family because my father, as I say, is a royalist. And I've been causing my own little bit of trouble because I've done the unforgivable thing and I've fallen in love with a Puritan. Roundhead scum, my father calls him, and he won't let poor Robert in the house. So I'm doing the only thing that lovers can do. I'm going to run away with him tonight, and we hope to be married. And then hopefully when all the trouble is over, I'll be reunited with my family again. Of course, because I'm getting married, I'm wearing my best dress. Robert, I'm sure, will find it far too elaborate for a Puritan's wife, but it is fairly sombre in colour. It's green and grey. And underneath it all, I have a shift, which comes down to my wrists and down to my ankles, and over the shift, I have a heavy linen petticoat, which hangs from the waist and is trimmed with lace at the bottom. And over those two, I have what's called a bum roll. That's really what it is called, too. It's quite a small one, this. It's just a cotton roll filled with bombast. And men say bum rolls hide many imperfections about a woman's waist. Really, it makes your waist look tinier to be a little bit padded out there. Over that, I have a petticoat which is made to be seen in lovely grey satin, and it's trimmed with very pretty silver braid. And I am wearing a little bit of colour. Red stockings. I always like coloured stockings. It's a fashion which is very popular in France. And I also wear black shoes, which are rather like the shoes the men wear, except that mine have little rosettes on the front, this time green, to match my dress. I confess, actually, when I go out walking, even if it's not muddy, I do pick up my skirt so that when I walk, a little flash of red stocking can be seen. But I suppose I'll have to give all that up too when I'm married to Robert. Now, the gown. It's in 2 pieces. The skirt and the bodice are separate and tied at the waist with tapes. And I have 2 collars on. One for more demure occasions, and the other, on the very low neckline, is rather actually like a Puritan collar, except more elaborate because it has very deep scalloped lace. This lace is very typical of the fashion at this time. The bodice itself is very tight and heavily boned, and this piece here is a stomacher. It's a false pointed piece which is put in the front to match my under petticoat, the same grey satin, and I can take it out and change the colour of the stomacher and the petticoat if I want to. And the lacing across the front, which is silver braid, is false. I don't get into the dress that way at all. I put it on, and my maid has to lace me in from the back. And sometimes it can take almost half an hour to get me right into it. You can see how tight it is there. In fact, it isn't quite closed, I don't think. And the sleeves are rather full, giving a curved effect, and they come to just above the wrists with deep white cuffs, and they're pleated beautifully at the top. This is called cartridge pleating, and it's very even, and it's to give the right sort of fullness to the sleeve. And the same sort of pleating has been used round the skirt to give the skirt the correct sort of hang. I always wear a cap indoors, and this little cap is the same fine lawn as my collar, and it's trimmed with the same little bit of lace round it, again the scalloped lace, which we always wear. And my hair is in a bun at the top, curls in the sides, and little curls across the front, just a thin row. And I wear a lot of powder and paint, and frankincense perfume, which is my favourite at the minute. I wear white powder on my face, rouge on my cheeks, and I bought the other day 7 years' supply for a penny, and I also rouge my lips. And very little jewellery except just this string of pearls. Oh, and rather pretty, I wear a purse hanging from a string, and this one happens to be fur.
And quick, there are cavaliers
Master
everywhere.
Robert,
You can't come out with me in the streets of London looking like that.
I thought you'd like it. And anyway, how can I go through the streets of London with you looking like that? You see, I told you, the full Puritan. Look. Stand still, stand still. Black doublet, black trousers, black hose, black shoes. Only thing that's light about it is the little round collar and the white cuffs. And such a serious hat. Can't you wear just one plume?
Have you finished? We're meant to be eloping. Now, your cloak. This will hide these royalist curls.
Don't forget muff, gloves, hat,
Your
mask.
mask, your gloves, your muff.
Must I leave my hat?
Oh, your hat. You're not wearing this. It's a royalist hat. Come on.
All right.
Women.
Thank you, Ray, the Richard Burton of Thames Television.
Thanks very much. Making Mick Robertson ploughing champion extraordinaire, because at the horse ploughing competition at Great Windsor Park on Saturday, he astonished us all.
Last Saturday was a lovely sunny day, and we all went off to Windsor Great Park to the ploughing match. Underway, and this is Captain and Colonel, the 2 Irish Clydesdale horses who are going to be pulling the plough which we are going to be attempting to use, and they look magnificent, and they've been dressed up to look like this by expert Jim Davis from West Clandon, who's been ploughing with a tractor for 30 years, but he keeps up ploughing with horses as a hobby. And you're going to give me a lesson, aren't you?
Yes.
In competition ploughing, you're allowed to mark out your first furrow, aren't you? How do you do that?
With the 3 sticks. And you drive to the 3 sticks between the 2 horses.
And can I go over the sticks?
Yes, go straight over them.
No, just go into the ground. I'm very nervous about this, you know. Yeah, I've got to beat the boys, so this has got to be really good. You know
is
that,
it?
don't you? Yeah.
No, I hold these.
Yes.
And those as well?
Well, if you like. Do you want to hold them?
That's to guide the horses.
Yeah.
Pull this way, they'll go that way.
Yeah,
Pull
well,
this way,
Colin
they'll
will
go
lead
that
them
way.
to start with.
Right, now.
Okay.
Right.
You right?
Yeah, I'm
okay,
right.
Colin. You go for the sticks.
They go rather faster than I thought they would. Am I holding these ropes too tight?
No.
Oh, that was a lumpy bit. Hello, there goes one of our sticks. That's all right. Should I be walking in the furrow?
Well, yes, either in the furrow or
To one side of it?
to one side of it.
Goodness, we're nearly at the end already. That was quick.
Well,
Now, look at that. What do you
well,
think for a first
you've
attempt?
got your wiggles, if that's what you wanted.
This is Harry Davis, Jim's father, who started ploughing when he was 14. He's now 82, and he ploughed in 150 horse ploughing competitions, so he's well able to judge our Magpie competition. Harry, how's Sue doing?
Oh, she's doing better now.
She's not doing too badly, is she?
No, very,
For a woman.
very fair for a woman.
For a lady. Is she making any mistakes, Harry? Is she making any mistakes?
Well, she didn't make a big mistake, or she'd fall out of the fur when she's walking along.
Whoa! Oh, goodness,
Well
that's
done, Susan.
terribly good, isn't it?
I wasn't too impressed with that.
You can do better? I'd like to
Hope
see
so.
you.
So what are these squiggly bits in the middle?
Oh, just, squiggly, artistic license,
Go on.
that, artistic license.
How do you start it? Tell me, tell me! What do you do?
You'll find out.
Okay, Jim.
Don't lift it, that's right.
This is harder than it looks. I somehow think I'm slightly out of control.
Harry, what do we think about Douglas's effort? He's not doing very well, is he?
Well, he done rather better than the lady. No complaints as I can see for a newcomer.
Whoops!
That's too wide.
I know it's too wide. I
Bring
can't
it in a bit. That's
control
better.
these
No,
horses.
that's super. That's better. That's lovely. You can keep it like that. Here, why am I helping you?
Whoa. What are you laughing at? It's your turn next. Whoa. You're not getting away with it.
I know. Turn it round for me.
All right. Can we turn round, Jim? I had a straight bit just in the middle there, about 3 feet.
I think you're both terrible at
Loosen this.
ploughing.
Come on, Mick.
I'm with you, I'm with you.
There you are. There's your reins.
All right.
There you are. On you
Steady.
go.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you going to stay with me, Douglas?
Well, I'll
Tell me
walk,
what
I'll
to
walk
do.
with you. Ready? Get into the mood, Mick.
I am.
Right. Okay, Jim. Okay. Let's go. Concentrate, Mick.
I am. Go on, then. Go on.
That's it. Give the horse
Steady now, steady.
plenty of rein. A professional.
Hello, this looks as if it's going to be a good one to me, don't you think?
He's much better as a 3.
Oh, you think I've lost the first prize then?
Yes, I think you've lost the first prize. I think this one comes the first.
Now, what's he doing so much better than what I did and what Douglas did?
Well, I mean, you was losing your balance all the time, weren't you? And losing grip of your plough.
He seems to be keeping his eye on it more,
Yeah.
on the blade more.
Keeping his eye on what he's doing. I think he's done extraordinarily well.
Steady now.
And the furrows are meeting in the middle nicely, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because mine were rather wide apart. The bit in the middle is better.
Oh. Whoa. Thanks, Jim. Wasn't too bad, was it, Doug?
Not bad at all, Mick.
Here's a very rare sight indeed. It's a 4-horse ploughing team. And it's driven by Jeff Morton, who works all 138 acres of his Yorkshire farm with horses. Must look so picturesque. Of course, a competition means prizes, and we were all thrilled to bits when Mick got a first. Who cares if he was only competing against Doug and me?
First prize award for your flying efforts today.
Thank you very much.
Many congratulations. Do I tie this round your
Well,
neck?
it's a Jim, actually. Jim Davis. Thank you.
So it was congratulations to Mick. This is a television colour camera. It's pretty heavy. 208 pounds of brilliant, sophisticated mechanism. This is Roly Luca. He is pretty heavy too. Looking at him, I should reckon about 150 pounds of brilliant, sophisticated mechanism, right?
Right.
Anyway, the thing about this camera is that it is heavy, but it can do quite a lot of things. Let's test it, shall we? I'm going to walk round you, Roly, twice, pretty fast. Can you follow me?
Yeah.
Right, here we go. I'll run, in fact. Come on, catch up.
That's it, I'm afraid.
Ah, you see, that is it. Because what happened?
Well, we've got this very heavy-duty camera cable, you see, that takes the power from the camera and to it. And it's got wound around the pedestal. That
So you'd have
supports
to go all the
camera.
way around
And
the
so
other
in
way.
fact, I can't pan left any further.
Is there anything else that you as a cameraman would like to see happen with this camera? I mean, anything that's missing as far as you're concerned?
Well, it's very heavy, and of course the size. We've got 4 in the studio, and from time to time you get really congested, you know. between
Bump
the
into
4
one.
of us, yeah.
Of course, we mustn't knock it all together, because there is one marvellous thing about it, because what Roly is seeing now, you are seeing at home immediately. There's no processing involved. Look, come and have a look. If you look through where Roly's looking through, you can see what he's seeing. But the one thing is that it's missing manoeuvrability.
Well, Sue, I've got the manoeuvrable camera here. This one I can move anywhere. I can see anything in the studio. It's a film camera. It's the sort of thing that we use twice a week on Magpie when we're out on stories. The trouble with it is that although I can see anything, no one else can, because the film, which is in the magazine here, has to go off to be processed just like snapshots do, and that takes a few days. So this really isn't quite the answer, I'm afraid.
Perhaps this is, Mick, because this is a portable television camera. If you move out the way there, I'm not very used to it at the moment. It has almost all the flexibility of a film camera, yet you get live pictures. And if I pan all the way around the studio, standing on the same spot, you can see just how flexible and versatile it is. Although I'm not terribly good as a cameraman, but Dave Rogers, who's a senior outside broadcast cameraman, certainly is. There you are, Dave.
Thank you, David.
You were breathing heavily a bit there watching me.
I was, yeah.
Because it's quite a valuable camera. Now, how were they able to make it supportable compared with the big studio cameras?
Well, what they did was to take the lens and just the other small pieces that go to producing the first part of the picture before it goes into the electronics, and putting most of the electronics into this box here, which can be carried on the back. You can work on this short cable, or you can carry that on your back and walk around all over the place.
So, for instance, at a sporting event like a rugby or a football match, you could run up and down
Oh, yes, indeed.
the touchline without that on your back, too.
To the limit of this cable, yes, about 20 or 30 yards.
Looking ahead, though, Dave, I mean, can you see the day when we might not even need cables and a pack?
Oh, I think that's fairly certain, yes. We'll have a radio camera and with be able to record tape as well on the spot. You know.
And what sort of things can you do with this camera that perhaps you would find difficulty with the studio camera?
Well, I can probably move around you rather more quickly than somebody could with one of your studio cameras.
Watch the cable. I see. Watch the pack there. There you are. Fine. How about getting a very low shot? Can you do that? I'm not a very good subject for a camera, I'm afraid. Tell you what, go up and sit behind the news desk and let's see how the camera looks from that position. Now try reading the news, Dave. Come back and show us it upside down, because I know that's a particular feature of the camera. Oh, do I just stand still, do I?
You just stay where you are.
What you do it for? That's amazing. Tremendous. Tell you what, why don't you go off down the corridor?
Fine.
Take this backpack, because
Right.
I've thought of an idea. Off
Okay.
you go. So, Mick, I've got an idea. I won't tell you what it is, but just follow me. Come on.
All right, Doug.
Here we go.
Dad!
Go on, you two, let's go home.
Douglas!
What?
Don't you think we ought to finish the show?
I've only just started.
But with Dave's camera, we can walk out to the car park with him. First, bye, Tony.
Bye, Tony.
On Tuesday, when we return, there'll be a special Halloween special, and Peter Cushing will be reading the winner of the Ghost Story competition.
And I'm going to be doing some cooking.
Can you cook?
No,
Oh, we'll soon find out. There's your badge, Mick Cush. You've been such a smashing winner.
I've made it.
It's a wish and not a kiss. 10 is a bird you must not miss. 8's a wish and 9 a kiss. 10 is a bird you must not miss.